Yo, yo, what up? Welcome to another episode of The Table. And today is a great day. We have the champ with us, Abner.
Yeah.
That's right.
What's cracking with you,
Thank you,
fool?
brother. Thank you guys for having me on, man. I'm blessed, man. All good. Can't complain. Life is good.
We got Mike Theory in the house per usual. What's cracking with you, bud?
Nothing. Waiting for 3:30. That's what I'm waiting for.
I know. You should talk about that.
Oh, this fool's
My
fast.
boy has no energy right now. He's
Really fast.
Yeah.
Before we start, I want to give a shout out to our sponsors. Royalty Honey is the official sponsor of this podcast, the
man.
Casual Experts podcast.
That's right.
I don't think you need it, champ, considering I know you stay in fight shape at all times. But that will definitely put some prep in your step. That might actually be a ped, fool.
Yeah, all right.
So be careful.
You think so?
No.
Oh, I was about to say,
But, it's definitely cheating.
I'll try it.
it ain't cheating if you're trying.
Shout out to Shockaware.
Shockaware, that's
Do you sign a lot of autographs, Champ? Because if you do, I need to borrow one of your markers so you can
Yeah,
sign that
yeah,
Shaka
yeah.
boxing glove. We'll get to that later before you dip. Shout out to Cookies. I know you don't smoke, being the upstanding gentleman that you are, but shout out to
athlete. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I'm an athlete.
Facts. Did you ever blaze it?
I did.
Once upon a time,
Once
obviously.
upon a time, I used to. I mean, who didn't? Growing
Of
up,
course.
especially
I
coming
don't
from the
smoke
hood.
either, so yeah.
Yeah, I used to smoke every day when I was young. Not gonna lie. Can I tell a story?
Let it rip.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, I used to smoke every day with the homies. First thing in the morning, I used to roll up, smoke, go to school, whatever. And then I went to the Olympics in 2004. Right, I was in Mexico already, living out there.
You were blazing it as an Olympian?
Hold on, yeah, before, yeah. We knew how many days you didn't have to,
Yes,
before
yes, yes.
so it wouldn't come out. But what I'm saying is, like, after the Olympics, I came back and I was already a pro. I turned pro. I still lived with my parents at the time after I came back from the Olympics, and I lived with them for about a year maybe. I saw a couple of the old homies, in the neighborhood. I was like, so man, is it, good stuff, from the Olympics. Well, let's go blaze it. I'm like, that's cool. We went to the park. My boy, he had a little lowrider. He parked it there. Little Impala, that's where I fucked up. I didn't see him roll up. He already had it with him. So boom, he just like passing it on. He passed it over to me. Started smoking. He called me stupid or whatever. But later on, I started feeling like a different type of high.
Oh shit.
Like a really different type of high.
Yeah.
And I started seeing demons, and I started, I started getting paranoid. I started seeing my boy, like, I almost wanted to fight him. Like, I just got paranoid. I said, I'm out. I was walking distance to my house. I start walking. I see ghosts. Like, I see, like, the devil, like, following me. Like, I got on a bad trip. You might think, like, was bad marijuana.
No, it's that,
Something else.
I did crystal meth.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it, dog.
He's on that smoky shit, huh?
Yeah.
Like from Friday?
Yeah. So I got to my house, and then my brothers were there, and they're like, they saw me. It's like, what's wrong, Abner? And then I'm like, I don't know. Like, I was just bad. Like, seriously, like, some smoky shit.
Yeah.
I told my smoke, and they're like, bro, you don't look good. Yeah, the classic.
Oh, you
get
went
some
in a
milk.
toxic shock.
Yeah, get some milk. I swear to God, I brought a gallon. I'm drinking the milk, and I don't feel good. And they ended up calling the ambulance. They took me, and then it's like I said, at home. So moving forward, I tried to smoke again after that, like regular weed.
Never the same.
No.
Never the same, bro. I get paranoid to this day.
Some shit like that happened to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't get drugged like you did,
Yeah.
but I had a bad trip and I was never the same after. So
now that I smoke any type of weed, I can't. I don't.
You can't.
I want to kill people. I want to like that. My
great.
mind starts tripping.
Yeah.
And I want to like whoever is in front of me, like I want to hurt them.
That's it.
For some reason. And I hate that. I don't want. Who wants that high?
Yeah.
Nobody wants that type of high. So yeah, that's my story about smoking, and I don't smoke no more.
Dang.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's the one hitter quitter with Abner Madish. Shout out to my sponsor, Cookies. Oh, damn, that was fun.
Yeah, man.
That's a story. Damn.
Yeah, man. That's crazy. It's And I used to like it, honestly. I ain't gonna lie.
But that was your
I used to like the high,
You were a kid, though.
But that was your boy that passed it?
Yeah, that was the
It was
homies.
his
There was the
boy in
homies.
Mexico.
Yeah, it
in
was the
Guadalajara.
homies. No, it was here in the gardens. That was here.
Oh, okay.
I came back. I came back, and the homie was like, "What's up?" I ain't gonna even say his name.
Yeah.
But he was like, "Hey, come on, let's go smoke." I'm like,
That's
"All right, cool."
crazy.
Is he still the homie to this day?
And I haven't seen Homeboy in years. I don't
then.
know what's up with him. I know. Okay, I'm gonna say his name. I don't know. I'm not gonna say what they call him, but you know, homie Carlos. I don't know what happened to him, man.
Since that day.
Nah, after
Yeah.
I told him.
went over there.
Yeah,
My brother.
Yeah.
That's right.
Nah, it's all good. It's just a story to
That was fire.
No, nobody died.
Untold, not even
untold.
Yeah.
Just family members know this story.
That's right.
Yeah.
Before we get too deep in anything, I know that March 15th is a big day for you. I look forward to being there. You want to tell everyone what's happening on March 15th, my brother?
March 15th, yes, sir. It's my first fight that I'm doing as a promoter, Midas Promotions, alongside Marv Promotions.
Shout out to Marv.
Man, I'm doing my first card March 15 at Thunder Studios, City of Long Beach.
Long Beach.
It's gonna be good, man. We got a lot of celebrities coming up, a lot of rap artists, and the sports boxing as well. Mikey Garcia is going, Robert Garcia.
Shout out to Mike. Shout out to
Ellie
Rob.
Setback. Shout out to Ellie. Yeah, all the people, man. So, it's my first event, so I'm hitting up everyone.
Everyone has to pop out.
Yeah, everyone, all the homies, the people that I know, the circle that I hang around with. So
Absolutely.
everybody's showing up, man. So I'm excited about this. March 15. The main event is my boy Amado Vargas.
Shout out to
the
Amado.
Vargas Dynasty.
That's right.
Yeah, so Vargas gonna be there. The whole Vargas, they bring in the different type of vibe when the Vargas fight. So it's gonna be a good one, man.
No, that's gonna be dope.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
How did this come around? Like, was it like a long time you building it up, or
honestly, like obviously I've always I've done different things as far as entrepreneur. I had a restaurant. I've done other things, and people tell me Abner, just once you do boxing, stay in your circle, do the promotion or the managing. I'm like, nah, I don't know. For some reason, I just didn't want to do it. So Marv would always ask me or would tell me Abner, you should start getting into this, man. It's good, and plus you got the name. People respect you. People, love you. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, you know what? I hit him up and yo, Marv, let's do it, man. Let's do it. It's let's do it, bro. Me and you, half. Let's go. Boom.
it makes sense too because you had the commentary and stuff. So you're
exactly.
It kind of goes hand. It goes hand in hand. You're still completely involved in boxing.
It goes hand in hand.
It makes a lot of sense.
I'm still involved. I'm still relevant in the sport, like you said. I'm still doing the commentary with Amazon Prime. I just did the Tank Davis fight, so people know. So now with and then by the way, I want to shout out to my boy. I got you, bro. Yeah. Gabe Rosado. We started a podcast. Him and I.
Yeah.
What's it called? Migallo. Make sure you guys follow him. Migallo Pot on Instagram and Migallo on YouTube.
I seen you guys just dropped the interview with Arnold, right?
Arnold Barbosa. Yes, sir. Yeah, we just did that one.
I didn't think anyone else was going to interview Arnold before. Well, they didn't do it before. It's Spencer for you. But I didn't think.
Yeah, we did it. Oh, no, we did it after the fight. After we became world champion.
Yeah.
No. Right when he got back, we took him to the pizza place.
Also, he lied to us.
Yeah, come on, baby.
He lied to us because he goes, "Hey, my boy, a lot of people been hitting us up about doing an interview." I said, "Nah, we got."
You want to know what? It was more like a food vlog, but I definitely asked him a gang of questions.
Okay. My boy tricked him to let's go eat, and then he had the mic and the lights ready. My boy's like, "What the heck is this?"
I showed up late. Yeah. No,
okay, we were the second.
No, that was an official interview the way you guys did.
Yeah. Yours.
If we would have brought him here, that would have been different. But we went to a pizza place.
To Barbosa, man. He's got a tough fight, great fight against Teofimo Lopez.
Do you think he's gonna beat Teofimo?
Can he beat him? Yes, he can.
Do you think he's gonna?
Okay, there's a difference, all right?
Yeah. Can he
beat him? Exactly.
Yeah.
Two different things.
Exactly. Can he beat him? Yes. Will he? I don't know. I can't tell the future.
Of course, yeah.
But does he have a chance of beating him? 100%. Mm-hmm. Is it 50-50? I think so. And maybe even more. I favor him a lot more than Teo. And I'm going to tell you why. My boy's got the momentum right now. My boy believes in himself. My boy
the hunger
has done the impossible to be where he's at right now. He just beat a champion in his hometown. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So he's been wanting this fight for a long time against Teo, and I don't know. There's something that I feel that Homeboy's gonna take it. So shout out to Barbosa, and hopefully he does, man.
That's definitely the boy we look forward to rooting for him.
That's what we're biased over here. So
it's a tough fight, man. It's hard. It's hard to pick. Yeah, it's a good one.
I think that fight steals the show of that night.
Could be.
I just feel like just because the attention, the build up. Right. And Barbosa is going to bring the fight to Teo. Right. So and it also depends what Teo we get. Are we getting the Josh Taylor Teo? Or are we getting Jermaine Ortiz Teo? And it's the focus. If he's focused, then
I like what you're saying there. Yeah, because all these fights are different and exciting in their own way.
Yeah.
For instance, that one, like I want to see how Tio, responds, since his last fight, and my boy Barbosa with the momentum.
Yeah.
Ryan Garcia, I see they're back mentally, or is Rolly gonna, fold him, with this power?
There's no way.
I mean, if he,
Well, there is a way,
if
but
my boy's
there
not
is a
there
way.
mentally, if Ryan is not ready,
Yeah.
and I don't know. It's just the press conference. He looks a little bit, trigger, like you could trigger him easily. Who else? Ramirez too against Haney.
Yeah.
We don't know how Haney's coming back after that beating, because he took a beating.
Yeah, and they say you lose some of
Against
yourself when you go in a beating like that.
That wasn't just a early
knockout.
That wasn't. Yeah.
He took a beating.
To get abused the way he got abused is rough.
So that's what I'm telling you. Mentally, how is he back? Is he ready for this fight, or Rolly touching? Because I hear Rolly hits hard. Even Tank said it, bro.
Yeah.
So if Rolly hits him and he goes, gets flashbacks about that,
the body shot.
Body shot. Like, man, and then everything that he's going through.
And Ryan has a lot.
It's out there. It's known that Ryan, has problems, alcohol problems, gambling problems, and, just problems outside of the ring.
Yeah.
Mental health issues.
Yes.
So.
And he has a lot riding on this. There's a lot riding on this fight. Like, because they already have these fights pre-planned, or like set. The fights are already set up with the Haney rematch, and then whoever wins that one is supposed to fight Tio.
Yeah.
So they're kind of like, there's a lot riding on this. So kind of overlooking Barbosa in another way again, because they have Tio set up to fight the winner of Devin Haney.
Well, they've overlooked Barbosa twice.
Yeah, so it's just a lot of craziness going on right now.
Yeah.
And that's one thing Turki does a lot, was he promotes fights that are not even scheduled yet before.
Shout out to Turki, man.
I love what he's doing, because it's just bringing,
he's a crazy dude.
It's bringing energy into the boxing world, where it's like, and then it's just a lot of talk. So when you're promoting fights, or when you're saying your plans up front, that's pretty much what he does. He's letting you know, these are my plans. This is what I want to do, and it just brings a lot of conversation to boxing, which is needed,
which is good,
which is good.
We need it right now.
Yeah,
boxing's the hottest it's ever been in a long time.
Yeah,
I don't know if you guys just saw on social media, they just announced a new promotion company.
Yeah,
him and Dana White.
Are you going to become a commentator over there?
I hope so, man. I'm knocking on that door.
We're all trying to go.
That's a big thing, because you have WWE, the president of WWE, and then the president of UFC coming together, and they signed a deal with Turki.
Yeah.
And now they're creating a new boxing organization. So, like, what's
bigger than that? Seriously, right now.
I want to know what
powerful man right there.
What is it going to take to dissolve all of the sanctioning bodies and just make it one title instead of a WBO, WBC, WBA, NABF? Ring.
Okay.
Only one champion for one weight class.
What's it gonna take? Power. And these guys have it.
This.
Powerful man like this.
It's gonna take some time.
Come and say, hey, we bring all the money.
Yeah.
F the silver, platinum, all that. No, just one champion. That's it. Maybe interim. Okay. It's okay, but all these, so-called championships, no, just one organization, or maybe just one organization, no. But if you leave just the IBF, the WBA, the WBC, what else? The WBO, that's four. I mean, just keep those four.
So the question is, like, does this new organization, does this become like the UFC, and then all these all these other organizations, like you have Matchroom, you have Top Rank, you have Golden Boy.
Oh, you mean the promoters?
Yeah, the promoters. Do those become like just smaller organizations?
Those are managers at that point.
How UFC is, right? So you have UFC, and then you have Bellator, you have PFL, you have LFA. So these are all organizations that have fights and they have champions, but they're all trying to make it to the UFC, right?
Yeah.
So this new organization, does it become like that? And
Matchroom, it can be. You know why?
Are the
we can curse here, right?
Yeah.
All right. Turki Al-Shea has you money.
Yeah.
So he's got money, so he's gonna buy these companies. So I'm sure he's in talks already with Golden Boy and be like, hey, I want your company.
Well, how do you
Top Rank? Hey,
I'm glad you said that right now, because Oscar, I don't know if he was majority shareholder or if he owned Ring outright, but he just sold Ring to Turki. And then Turki goes and does this with Dana White, and those two fools are ops, essentially.
Yeah.
Imagine how Oscar feels right now. And that's I don't know him, but that's the fighting pride of East LA, homie. Yeah. I'm an East Sider, so that's the boy.
Yep.
How do you think he feels?
Probably betrayed right now, but no, at the end of the day, you can't take it personal. It's business. In a business world, you can take things personal.
No. I'd feel pressed as
I know. Knowing Oscar, yeah.
Saturday we were just chilling, you know.
Knowing Oscar, yeah, he felt some type of way. Yeah.
Well, clap back Thursday tomorrow.
I was about to say that.
Clap back.
That shit's fire.
Even though he clapped back at me, my picture. Okay, I'm gonna throw this out there.
What'd you do? What happened?
So I'm gonna throw it out there because I want people to understand and know, because I got so much hate when it happened. Right now, they probably forgot about it. But remember, once upon a time, I was one of the fighters from Golden Boy Promotions that left Oscar to go with Al Heyman.
Mm-hmm. That time.
Yeah, it was a lot of us. Yeah, it was. It was a lot of us. A lot of us that left Golden Boy.
Mr. Al Heyman.
That went with Al Heyman. That till this day I do not regret it. Thank you, Al Heyman.
We've all cashed fat Al Heyman checks.
But listen, the whole difference between me and the rest of the fighters is that my contract was over.
Yeah.
My contract with Golden Boy
Promotions. You just didn't resign.
I didn't resign, but I gave him the first. Right refusal. I'm like, Oscar. They're offering me X amount of money. This person. Do you want to resign me? Oh, yeah, I'll resign you. Oh, yeah, my boy. 1 week, 2 weeks. Oscar, nothing. Bro, I got to feed my family. I got to move on. So what do? I go over to the other company and I sign with them.
Yeah.
Oh, you betrayed Golden Boy Promotions. No, I did not betray Golden Boy Promotions. Contract was over. They didn't resign me, and I moved forward, and that's it.
Yeah, you just move on.
How does that make me a bad person?
Had he at least led you on?
How does that make me a backstabber? Does not.
Had he at least led you on and been like, next week, Big Dog, on Friday, Big Dog.
He did.
Oh, he did?
He did.
Oh, okay.
But it never happened.
It never came to fruition.
2 weeks, it almost past a month, and nothing happened. So if you don't see anything, bro, you gotta move on. And then this person is already waiting for you. He's like, hey, do you want it or not? Or, stay back.
Get off the pot.
Yeah. And, that happened. And I think what triggered and made things a little bit worse, and you talk about Oscar, he's, he se siente, sentido.
Yeah.
I think I made there was an interview, and I fucked up. It's my fault. They interviewed him like, hey, Abner, you recently just left Golden Boy. How are you right now with Al Heyman? How are they treating you? I'm like, man, like, it's a big difference. And I made a comparison, which was not the right one. And I take fully responsibility for that. I made a comparison that didn't sound right, and that's why it hurt him a little bit more. But my bad on that. But I was a happy man. Keep in mind, I'm not gonna say how much I made with Golden Boy, but I'll tell you this much: my first fight with Al Heyman against a nobody, $1 million. Boom.
Fire.
Damn.
Bro, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was a happy camper. I was
shooting.
So I was like, I wanted to let it be known that I'm really happy over here. So my fault on that. Respect to Oscar De La Hoya.
Let me ask you this, and just generally
three
speaking,
world championships. So
would you say that at Golden Boy you did have a great career?
Of course I did. Yeah, they took me to 3 world championships. They made me the three-time world champion. I was their first full-grown world champion. Something that they don't say. First full-grown means that from beginning signing to end, from 0 to world champion. The only one, the first one from Golden Boy Promotions. You heard it here first, and it's true. You could do your research. I was the first one.
Fire.
Yeah,
that's dope.
Yeah.
What do you think about everything going on with PBC today?
I mean, it's really unfortunate. It's sad that, what's going on right now. It's slow right now at PBC. You see that we don't have many fights as often as we used to back when I used to work with Showtime. We had at least 3 fights per month.
Yes.
Sometimes 4. Right now we're doing 1 every 2 months, which is sad. I can't fully say what's happening, what's going on,
not.
but it looks like it's slowing down, brother. It's slowing down in PBC for whatever reason.
It was a good show out for the Tank fight, which we'll get to eventually. But before we get to that, do you think we're gonna see? I was with your arch nemesis.
Who's that? Oh, Leo.
I was with
that's my boy right there.
I was at a family party with Leo recently, and as a matter of fact, even the last time I interviewed, even though that interview didn't come out for whatever reason, we talked about it. Is there a trilogy that could ever happen?
Yeah, you know what?
I heard it's been I heard it's been reignited.
Yeah. So we always, he hasn't fought for a long time. I haven't fought for a long time. And we see all these YouTubers, influencers talking shit, doing fights. I'm like, I hit up Leo, like, bro, why don't we do like maybe an exhibition match,
Yeah.
We got the name. We got our name, and our fights back it up. We had 2 tremendous fights, and if we do an exhibition match, bro, people will turn up. People will show up.
We're all turning up. We're all pumping that shit.
And he goes, "You're right, Abner. Let's do it. I'm like, bro, let's do it. Why not? Let's go have fun in there. That's it."
So was that just like a conversation, or is there like official talk?
Right now it's conversation. Actually, and when I talk about recent, we're talking about like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
like 2-3 weeks ago.
Okay,
we started talking about it.
Not official. Like there's no like contracts.
Not yet. Like a year and a half, it was like a little murmur, and now it's like
he got busy, I got busy, and we just forgot about it. But now it's like, all right, we got to do it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah.
No, that's gonna be a good fight. It's a war.
Yeah.
Those are wars.
Yeah, those were wars, man.
Yeah.
And listen, we exhibitions means entertainment. So what do we go? We go in there and just fight. Just give you guys a good fight and entertain. That's it.
It's definitely gonna be better than Jake Paul and Mike Tyson.
For sure. I won't be showing no ass cheeks.
Don't be holding back no punches. That shit was
You're not down. Pop the cheeks.
No.
Go viral, fella. No, don't. That's crazy. That was a mishaps on the camera.
It was big time.
That wasn't Mike Tyson trying to be weird or anything. That was fun.
That was in the zone. He didn't even know where the camera was.
That's the goal, man. But a lot of things happened during that fight.
Yeah.
The cameraman focusing on the butt cheek.
Yeah.
And then when he was walking out, you saw that he almost tripped.
Yeah. On the freaking stupid ass electric.
Yeah, exactly.
That was crazy.
It was like,
that's
shit.
Let's go look down at the court on the ground. You're not gonna trip.
That could have been bad.
Yeah, but man, all good, man. Hopefully we get that fight going, Leo and myself, and keep going, do other things.
What do you think about Dana White, like entering boxing in general? Do you think he's done?
Love it.
What do you? I don't know. There's so much shit we could say.
Well, he comes from boxing. So, like, he started in boxing before he got into MMA.
I didn't know that.
And you got to understand, right now, boxing boxing in particular has turned a different path, a different way.
Yeah.
Before, it was the best against the best. Now it's just entertainment.
Yes.
Now it's just like, all right, well, I want to see this big name against, so-called, and let's just make it happen.
Yeah.
Like, no, back then, you used to see the Don King cards.
Yeah.
It would be Mike Tyson main event, co-main event Julio Cesar Chavez, underneath that Oscar De La Hoya, underneath that Chiquita Gonzalez. Like, bro, there was stacks championship matchups like that. And all that got lost in boxing.
Yeah.
And now it's like they just do the big main event, and the other ones are like, whatever.
Is Turkey the new Don King?
I think so, man.
Without the theatric.
Exactly. He just wants all the best fights to happen. And you got to respect that.
Absolutely.
You got to respect that he wants what the fans want.
Yes.
And that's give you guys the best. Look at this card that they just announced. Like, honestly, it's one of the biggest, best cards that I've heard in a long time.
And then, the last
one too. It was called...
The Last Crescendo.
Last Crescendo.
No. It had I had a different name. Something like the card, the fight of the century or something like that.
The other one.
Yeah, it's another one. See what I'm saying? Like, I'm missing all of it. But
but that's what we're getting now.
Because that was the LA card that was stacked. Then it was the Beevil
that's the one. That most recent one.
Then now it's the Times Square one.
Yeah, it's a Ring magazine card, but with turkeys behind it.
Yeah,
that's Turkey's company.
That's as a fan.
Mm-hmm.
Like, give me a fight every weekend. Sorry,
exactly.
Like, my wife already knows. Like we're watching fights. Like,
facts.
We're at a family party. Hey, where's my son at? Oh, he's playing. Give me your iPad. The fights are on the iPad. Yeah,
that's
and
what's up, man.
This is what we're getting. Like, and this is what we need, especially when you're competing with like a UFC event where they're having fights every freaking week. They're having small cards every weekend. They're having pay-per-views twice a month. Sometimes. So now we're getting that. As a fan, last year was a good year for boxing. This year is starting to stack up to beat last year.
Yeah.
I thought Jake Paul was gonna be turning this shit into some crazy, wild.
Nah, thank God they didn't let it.
And Turkey slid and came through with some crazy stuff.
But he's
Turkey.
He's giving a different perspective. He just signed Amanda Serrano for like a lifetime contract. Yeah. So like she signed an MVP. He just built like a $3 million boxing gym.
I mean, you got to give him respect for what he did in the short time period.
Fire.
What he did was like, man, he did a lot. He made women's boxing bigger and better now, you know, by signing Amanda Serrano, paying her, you know, whatever she's getting paid with millions of dollars. Like that's unheard of. You would not hear a woman get paid that much, you know. And Jake Paul started that by paying Serrano, making her the main event. And people's you know, you got people turning their eyes on the women's boxing now because they really fight, bro. They really give good fights.
No, they do.
That fight that she had, Amanda and
what was it? The second one?
Serrano and Taylor, bro, that was crazy.
That stole the show.
Yeah,
that one stole the show. Yeah, but shout out to Jake Paul. You know, I got nothing. I remember when he first started, I felt some type of way.
Of course.
But now it's like, man, respect for
you know
what you
respect,
did.
but also at the same time is like you have like MVP promotions and you have like Misfits Boxing. Mm-hmm. Like you have all these side organizations coming up.
Yeah.
And it's like that they're cool. Yeah. But they're for like the younger generation.
Of course.
They're like slowly they're trying to bring in real boxing fans, but it's like it just they're there for a reason.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with other companies or other promotions being there because keep in mind, like there's a lot of fighters.
Yeah.
And not everyone's going to get signed by the big dogs. You get me?
Yeah.
So you want the other small companies to have them and keep them busy, active, fighting and all that. And later on, you know,
then they move up.
themselves to a bigger promoter, manager. So yeah, man.
No, it's cool. Yeah. It just what we're seeing now with this new company and then all these small promotions, they're like the feeding grounds. Yeah. You go there and
my boy, I'm doing my first card next week, bro.
You're
really unmotivating me right now.
No.
I'm motivating because I want to be one of those. I want to be the next Oscar De La Hoya. What he did, bro. There's no Latino Mexican other than Oscar De La Hoya that's done it like he's doing it. And is doing it. So I'm like, man, why not? You know, not because I want to push him aside and be bigger than him. Well, maybe, hopefully. But I'm just saying.
Well, that's the goal, right?
He's the motivation. He motivated me, and
that's the blueprint.
Exactly. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
No.
Well, your first card is fire. You got a
thank you, brother. Yes, sir.
So that's gonna bring the noise.
Not a bad start, huh?
Yeah. You could be having me and this fool fighting on this. You know what I mean?
Let's do it, man. Entertainment business.
Talk to me about your commentating gig. What's it like?
Man,
that's a lot of suits you gotta buy, fool.
I got a lot of suits, man.
That's a lot of suits.
That's one thing. I got a lot of suits. I own a lot of suits.
Downtown and getting the 3 for $100.
Trust me, my boy. Nah, I got the good suits. Good tailor.
You need a sponsor. Man. You need to get sponsored by your suit.
I do. Yeah, because I'm spending too much money on my suits.
No, that's unrealistic.
But listen, dressing up. I've always loved that, and dressing up nice, looking nice, because look, the image is everything. I've always said that, and it's true.
Absolutely.
You know, how you present yourself, and when you get there, the first thing they do is look at you and honestly, people judge you by how you look and dress.
For sure.
And if you look good, brother, I tell people people forget about what I'm saying, you know, on the telecast. As long as they're looking good, I'm like, man, that kid that had that nice suit. Like, what was he saying? I don't know, but he had a nice head. You know? I've got those before.
Yeah, you come on TV, no haircut, wrinkle ass suit, it's not fitting.
Yeah, exactly.
They're gonna be like
oversized.
Everything you say is not even gonna get heard anymore. They're not gonna take you serious.
Attention. You get people to really pay attention to you. But I love it. You know, besides from the suits, I love the fact that I get to talk about what I know, boxing. That I'm doing it as a Latino. I'm one of the few Latinos that other than shout out to my boy that's doing it on ESPN. Man, I forgot his name.
Shout out to the homie. He
knows Sergio Mora?
No. Mora doing it too with the zone.
Yeah.
Oh man, but come back to me.
But also in English.
Exactly. Yeah. So I've done it in Spanish and doing it in English.
You're a translator.
He's a translator. That's hard. My respects to the people that do the translating. It's not easy, man, because they say a bunch of words, blah, 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 and I just try to sum it up. I'm like, familia. He just likes to thank the family. Say all the names, because it's not easy, man. Bro. You got to remember, you got to listen, and then it's so loud in there.
I remember the one little guy that wears the glasses that did all the translating for a long time.
Yeah, and he used to get hated on, like, hey, he ain't saying what he said. You know, he's not translating.
Gig, dude.
Bernardo Osuna, there it is. I remember his name. Shout out to my boy Bernardo Osuna, who's doing it on ESPN. One of the GOATs, one of the ones that first started it. I remember he used to call my fights on Solo Boxeo and Univision. Sick. And I'm doing it in English, man. Fire. Bernardo Osuna.
That's fire.
Yeah, so yeah, man, and, you know, things are working and doing good. Family's good. Shout out to my wife, who's, you know, been having her makeup store for a long time, plus 6 years. Natalie Essence of Beauty. Make sure you guys support. And
where's it at?
It's in the city of Downey, Stonewood Mall.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Damn,
Sir,
Stonewood Mall.
Yeah, sir.
That's
Stonewood Mall, man. Yeah, yeah, man. So, you know, blessed. Kids are growing. My daughter's 19 in April next month.
What's that like? Crazy, did you throw sick ass quinceañera?
I did. Yeah. Their quinceañera was nice. I had some
super humble.
Yeah, I remember the bill right
now. No, it's your fault. My other daughter is turning 15 next year.
Oh shoot!
So my other daughter turns 15 next year.
You gotta hit her with a do you want a car, babe, or a party?
And she wants a ranchero theme. No, she wants caballos. You know, the horses. You know, like all that. Like all right.
Yeah.
So yeah. Quinceañera is a memorable moment for the kids. Young lady. You know, turning 15. So of course I'm gonna do whatever she wants.
That's right.
Yeah. So no, everything good, everything. I'm blessed. Looking forward to March 15. Looking forward to the commentary. Looking forward to the podcast.
Who's doing the commentating on that?
I got my boy Gabriel Rosado.
Two fools are gonna go be the.
No, I'm not gonna do it. Obviously, I'm gonna be hosting.
Okay.
But I got Gabriel Rosado, and shout out to my boy Bito from Bito Vision, who's gonna be doing it alongside with him. So yeah.
Dope.
Pretty soon you're gonna have to have me and the homie up there, big dog.
Let's go.
At least someone as an entertainer. What do you call it? Like, you know, the ring announcer type. You know.
Oh yeah.
This one wants me to be up there for that shit.
Say it. Let's get. No, don't say that.
We need some other shit. I don't know. How would I say that shit? Someone already says, "Let's get it on."
Let's get it on. It's time.
Let's get ready to rumble. It's time.
It's showtime.
We gotta do something like more hood, like
let's get down.
These, something like
you're gonna have to bring out the Paco Aguilar. What is he saying? The blood in, blood out.
Paco Aguilar.
What does he say?
What does he say?
It's something about get down, James Brown or something like that.
Getting down like James Brown.
Yeah. From the movie.
From the movie.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna think about that.
Think about one.
Dang, I'm gonna have to start wearing suits. Nah, that's gonna be a big bill, big dog.
Just rock a Ben Davis suit or what?
Suits are on a roll right now. That's fire. I have a question. What? You've been 3-division champion. Yeah. We're not gonna go down that. Everyone's interviewed you a gang of times. Shit, I've even interviewed you already. So. What sanctioning body is the best sanctioning body? Who'd you have? You had IBF, WBC, and WBO?
I had WBA, IBF, WBC, and IBO.
Oh, so you had all of them?
No, because there's a WBO, and I didn't have that one. I didn't have the WBO. WBO is from Puerto Rico, from Valcárcel, that's the only one I didn't get. Pretty much had them all, other than the Ring magazine as well. I didn't get that one. But the most recognized... And I guess the most recognized is the green belt. So the green belt is like the one you always dreamed about, you know. So for me, getting that one was like a dream come true, and it's the one really that everyone recognizes. Yeah. When they see it, it's like, oh, it's that green belt, you know, the ABC. So shout out to Mauricio Suleiman.
Shout out to them for making their belt not black.
Yeah.
Are there different perks, or what's the difference between the sanctioning bodies?
Honestly, believe it or not, they are. Obviously, they're all from different countries. The ABC's from Mexico. The WBA's from I want to say, oh man, I don't want to mess it up, but I think Venezuela or somewhere over there. WBO is from Puerto Rico. IBA's from Africa. So there are different worlds. Different in
places. Like straight up. That's crazy. I actually didn't know that.
Of the world. That's crazy. What else? Man.
But what are the perks of having the different belts, or is it all just? I'm sure their fees are different.
Well,
too.
The fees are different, and obviously we talked about the sectioning bodies, and then just the fact that you're getting all of them as unifying titles, and knowing that you had all of them, and having them to rock them, bro. That's just makes it better. A more complete, champion, successful champion. Because everybody, goes for those. It's not just becoming one time. It's wanting to become and unified in world titles.
Yeah, and then there's each body has like different rules, right? Or for fights, or they're kind of blanket. Because I know IBF.
There's different rules. There's different rules for every.
Which one's more lenient, or? Because IBF has the rehydration clause.
Yeah. There's I can't remember exactly which one. There's one that they have you weigh in the day of the fight as well. They want you to weigh in to make sure you don't gain 10 plus pounds. What's the different one? Yeah, they do all kinds of stuff, but mainly they're all the same. Maybe that's the only thing that changes. Having to weigh in.
We had asked Arnold had said something about him having to weigh in a certain day.
That's the British Commission Council.
Have you ever gotten to that? So say if you're fighting at 126 and then you're on Saturday, they make you weigh in on Wednesday. You have to be within
to
5.
make sure you're on track.
Yeah,
so that way
I've done it before. Yeah, they did do that sometimes. Not all the time. Like I said, the rules change all the time. I remember there was a time where the WBC had this. I think they only did it in Mexico, by the way. They wanted to announce, I think, after the third or fourth who was winning. Imagine fighting, and in the scorecards, blue corner's up, Abner minus, and you're fighting. So now you're up. So that you can take your time. Like, all right, I'm up by on the scorecard.
I think I didn't bring that back, aren't they?
I think so. I didn't like that.
I didn't like shit like that.
I've heard things about them him doing live scorecards.
Yeah, live scorecards.
So each round, who's winning. Do you like that, or
they're shutting down CompuBox? That's for sure.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't. I mean, it's cool to know. Obviously, you get to a corner and your corner tells you, hey, it's a good round.
Yeah.
I think we got it. But keep pressuring. Obviously, that will give you an advantage, but also a disadvantage, because if you're losing,
you might get comfortable. You might crash
be comfortable. You might,
you're in the 9th round and you're up.
You might, make a mistake.
Yeah,
exactly. So
if you're in the 9th, 10th round, you're up by like 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Like I can kind of coast. There's only 2 rounds left. I can.
Yeah.
And then, but you start coasting, you start sleeping, and then overhand right comes out of nowhere. And
It happened.
Speaking of accidentally getting slept, once upon a time.
My boy didn't want to leave me. It's old news, 2013.
I'm going somewhere with this. So, Rayo lost.
Yeah. Oh, shout out to my boy Rayo, man.
That's the boy.
That was
I'm a huge RGBA enthusiast, so they could do no wrong in that camp.
Yeah.
But he lost. Russell did put on an amazing performance
to Russell.
But how do you come back from losing like that? No, he didn't lose badly, but I just mean in general, how do you come back from losing? And that's why I brought up your Gonzalez move.
Yeah. I got knocked. How he started. I got knocked out years ago, 2016.
But you came back like a mother.
Knocked out in the first round. That's the difference. Getting knocked out and getting punished, it's a whole different story, So I got knocked out. I got it was like a crazy shot that I never saw, and I got knocked out, and I bounced back from that and became a world champion.
Mm-hmm.
So what you're asking me now is, how would Rayo bounce back from that beating? Because he took a beating, my boy. I'm not gonna lie, against Gary Antoine Russell. It's gonna take time. It's gonna take a lot of heart and mentally. And the great people around you, your family, good people around you telling you that, it's okay. You learn from this, going back to the drawing board and just really analyzing what happened that night and believing in yourself, not downing yourself, because once you start downing yourself and not believing in yourself and like, I suck, that's it for me. Like, that's it. All those negative thoughts, that's it. You're not going to bounce back from that. But if you believe in yourself, like, you know what, it was just a bad night, and we all have them. And I think that's what my boy, what happened to Rayo. He had a bad night. I didn't see anything from him. Like, he didn't do anything. Like,
he didn't get his plan off.
Yeah, he couldn't get off. Like,
for me, looking at it, it's just like he never got started.
Yeah, he never got started.
Yeah,
like,
do you think
12 rounds coming by, and it's like,
I think the pressure. You think it was just the pressure of
the pressure of the fight, the pressure of the fighter
coming off of being Pitbull the way he did too.
The fact that a lot, they were expecting a lot from him. I don't know. It could be a lot of things. Again, the mental part of it is everything. And if my boy wasn't there mentally, which it seemed that way, then
because he's a good fighter. He moves around. He moves around out. He throws the jab really good.
Yeah.
I didn't see the jab.
We didn't see anything.
I was waiting for the jab to come out.
Yeah, we didn't see no counter uppercut. We didn't see anything, and I mean anything. So I mean, it's just a bad night, and He couldn't get off. He froze. It happens. Move on. Move forward. Go back to the drawing board. Not even time off. Honestly, it's just like really like just analyzing like why, what happened, like what did I do wrong?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. He only knows this. He knows the answers to this. I'll talk to him. I made him up. He's a good boy. He's a good friend. Been on him for a long time. And, he's got a great corner, like you mentioned. Robert Garcia, he's been through it all, Robert, with all these fighters. So I'm sure Robert's going to guide him the right way.
For sure.
Totally feel that. Shout out to Ryo. We look forward to you coming back.
Yeah.
Can't win them all, Buckaroo.
Yeah. It's part of the game. It's part of the game. You win them, you win some, you lose some.
No, absolutely.
I was going to say, like, for you, since transitioning to commentary now, what do you think was like harder to prepare for, like a boxing fight or preparing to actually commentate on these fights?
You gotta know some facts.
Because you gotta you're watching multiple fights, you're commenting on multiple fights now.
I'm not gonna lie, brother. Yeah, you're right. Good question. So it's a lot harder to get ready prepping for fights because I'm not really like a boxing fan, so I don't keep up with all the fights.
Yeah.
And a lot of these fighters that fight on the card, sometimes I don't know any of them. And you got to do your homework, research when they fought, who they fought, how they lost, how they won, strategically, how you think they're going to win. And remember, you got to say this all
verbatim.
Yeah, like in the moment, like in the spot. It's live TV. You can't F up,
Yeah.
So it's a lot harder. I'm 4 or 5 years in, and I'm still learning. I'm learning a lot, and it's a process. But yeah, to answer your question, it's a lot harder doing the commentary than it is actually fighting.
I'm so surprised you guys don't have a team in one of the trucks in the back or something with teleprompters in front of you with the facts laid out.
We do.
Fire!
No. So we have we have the little prompters there. They give us the
fighter
facts, the body shots, the power shots, all that. But what I'm saying is, like, in the moment, you gotta like boom, talk about what's going on, and then you have a moment, you got your notes right here and say, for instance, like Tank David's last fight. I don't know, he beat blah blah blah, and he beat him this way. You got to remember that, all that, to educate the people back home. Because, this is another question that I get, and people that say, is like, hey, Abner, it must be easy for you because you practice the sport. I'm like, yeah, maybe it's an advantage, but also you got to remember that I got to know how to be fluent with my words and make myself understandable for people back home to know what I'm saying. Like, like it's one thing back home, like, oh, da un chingadazo, hell yeah. Like, bro, that's just being you back home, but you got to be the professional and put it in words to tell the people the story. What's going on? Why did he do that? Why did he throw a jab? Oh, he threw the jab because he's setting up the right hand, blah, blah, blah. Things like that.
That's fire.
Yeah.
So and then you do have notes then.
Yeah, of course.
And then just working with the other commentators.
It's a team. It's a teamwork.
You have to know when he's about to end, and then you pick it up.
Ronaldo is the colorful play, which means he talks a lot, high voice, and he's the man. Brian Campbell, he is like me. We back and forth. We talk about what's going on in the ring, the facts, all of that. So yeah, it's a team. It's a teamwork.
How did you and Gabe come together? I didn't even know you fools were fucking friends.
Yeah, mutual friends. Obviously, we known each other because we both boxers in the game. Yes. But mutual friends. Shout out to my boy Lester. Shout out to my boy Lester. And why am I saying shout out to him? Because that's how I met Gabe. Through him. And second of all, he was the one with the idea about the podcast. My boy Lester. Not gonna lie, he was like, hey, he's the homie. He's like, hey. Fuckers, like, what you guys doing right now? I'm like, whoa, I'm doing the commentary. I mean, you're not doing commentary so much, man. Why don't you and Gabe, he's Puerto Rican, you're Mexican, blah, blah, blah. Like, do it, man. Like, he's got a lot of ideas. My boy's an entrepreneur. He does his thing. And so he's the one that gave us the idea. So I hit up Gabe. I'm like, yo, Gabe, what do you think? Blah, blah, blah. I was like, Abner, yeah. Gabe has that deep voice. Yeah, bro. Like, so, and then it was him, like, moving forward and getting his gym ready. We're getting the place, to rent, to the studio, to film, the production team,
the whole shit.
All of that, man. And we got it started and we got it moving. Now we're on our 5th episode.
You're dropping weekly or you're dropping as it goes?
Right now we're doing weekly. Right now we're doing at least 1 or 2 shows per week.
That you're releasing or that you're filming?
That we are filming.
Gotcha.
And releasing at least once a week.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Filming twice or 3 times a week just to have stacked content.
Exactly.
Obviously, some things are going to be more time sensitive than others, but yeah,
no doubt. And then thank God, we got a lot of people watching. hitting us up already. Thank God sponsors are hitting us up already. So people like it. People like it. The fact that, it's two veteranos, veterans that had been in the game for a long time, but at the same thing, we're still relevant. We're old enough to get respect, but not old enough to not being heard. You get me? Because you get these older heads and, he doesn't know what he's talking about. We're still relevant and we're still there. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that he's doing it for the Zone, he's a commentator for the Zone, and I'm a commentator for Amazon Prime. Like, we still there.
Fire.
So we get back from calling our fights and boom, let's talk about
and it's all
what happened this weekend.
Yeah, and it's all fresh in your mind. Yeah,
exactly. So it's cool. It's cool. I love it, man. I like that.
What do you think about Gabe? He's calling for that fight with Berlanga.
My boy Gabe, he just, that's my boy. Gabe just had nothing but tough fights, man. Good names, tough fights, and he's a warrior. He's a warrior, so he would always want to be calling out everyone, and he knows, like, man, I just want to get a big fight, big name, big payday. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So he's calling out Chavez, he's calling out Berlanga. He wants his fight, so why not? And my boy, I think he.
I'm like, which Chavez? The dad?
No, Junior. And if there's.
Dang.
The other Chavez brother come out. He needs to fight the other Chavez brother.
Omar.
Respectfully.
Omar Chavez,
But that would be a big fight, though. Berlanga, Gabe in Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico. That'd be crazy.
That for sure. Mandatory need media passes of that.
That should be wild.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
Instead Berlanga's fighting, who's he fighting? I don't even know who's on the undercard.
The undercard, I don't even know.
Yeah, see,
respectfully, of course.
Respectfully. After a Canelo fight, you should be headlining.
Yeah,
respectfully, but not on the undercard.
Nah, man. And another thing I wanted to talk about, I think we talked about it in the last one, never got released. So I'm one of those few fighters, and I want to say I was a few, and if not the first to ever start the whole, coming out with the live performance.
Yeah.
So obviously it was done back then. I remember Barrera came out with El Coyote, or Eric Morales. Very few, not that many. Chavez, he had Vicente Fernandez sing for him for the national anthem, but then it kind of got lost, and I brought it back. But then again, I was the first to have a live banda in the dressing room, live performance in my dressing room before walking out. So I started all that. And it's pretty cool to see that it's a thing now.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to walk out with an artist. Like, it wasn't done before, my boy.
Yeah.
I'm one of the ones that just started that. And I take pride in that. And I know people are going, nah, that was them. I'm like, yeah, but I'm like the one that just went with it. I remember coming out with El Commander. I remember coming out with Regulo Caro. The legend one that till this day people post about it is Ariel Camacho, having him in my dressing room and him walking me out. Oh man, that was unforgettable. It was one of those moments, man. So big shout out to the whole Del Record team.
Shout out to Del.
Oscar, Angel Del Villar, who was a big supporter of my career when I was fighting as a pro. He was part of my team, always will be. Shout out to Angel Del Villar. Honestly, we talked about this.
You guys had a beautiful facility.
We had a beautiful facility, man.
I remember that.
He went on and beyond, to really support me and help me, and he did. We had a gym in Del Record Studios.
That shit was fire.
Remember, everybody talk about it. Everybody wanted to go.
I wanted to go so bad. Andy from a PBC had hired me to do your guys' I don't want to call it 24.
Okay.
Behind I don't know, whatever you guys call it these days. But I was doing Leo, and I was like, well, let me go shoot Abner. So they're like, oh no, Abner got his own people from Del, and all.
That was a beautiful thing, man. I got to party a lot, got to see a lot. Yeah, I did, man. Yeah, I did.
And would go perform in the ring.
Yeah. And to this day, people were like, hey, Abner, you kind of effed up your career because you would party a lot. And, I don't regret none, bro. I had a good time. I met a lot of good artists. I made a lot of good friends. And bro, it's just one of those blessings, man.
I don't think you can say you effed up your career when you're
when I accomplished so much, right?
Yeah, you're a champion in 3-way divisions.
Well, I think honestly, I've never heard of you having the reputation as a sick ass party animal. Whether I know you to be one or not is not the point.
Yeah. I had a good time, man. Del Records treated me right. Angel Del Villar. the facilities there, man. If I could tell stories, so many things that went down there that we had good memories, good moments there at Dell Records. It's crazy, bro. Like I honestly, I was one of the few boxers that started with all these, Enigma Norteño, Los Nuevos Rebeldes. Los Nuevos Rebeldes walked me out as well. Like when they were first starting too.
Yeah.
So it was both of us, starting. Ángel Marca Registrada. Ángel, I'm sorry, Fidel Rueda from Marca Registrada. Like I remember him when he first started. He was just a composer. Nobody knew of him. And I remember he would be there chilling with us, drinking. He's like, having a dream, wanting to be someone. And now look at him now. Like it's a big,
That's the man.
I remember I saw him not long ago, and he looked at me. Saludos al compa Abner. Like I said, because we share stories. We hung out. He used to.
I bumped into him at
my house, and we used to chill.
That was cool. I bumped into him in Culiacan at the airport.
Really?
He's a star now though. He's a star. He's out of here. He's out of here.
But he's cool, man. He's always been
very humble.
Yeah,
facts. He stopped for the photos, all that shit.
I remember one time in my house. Not gonna lie. Before he was even famous. It was Ariel Camacho. He had just arrived from Culiacan, and I was at my house. I don't know what we were celebrating. I had a party. I don't know what we were celebrating, but we had a party. And Angel hit me up and was like, "Hey, Abner, where you at?" I'm like, "Oh, at the crib. What's up?" It's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna pull up. I got something for you." And he pulled up with Ariel Camacho, barely getting here from Mexico.
So crazy.
And with Ariel. It was his manager that a lot of people don't know this. Well, the regular people don't know this, but Ariel's manager at the time was what's his name? Jaime. Jaime is Cristian Nodal's father.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, and he was there, and then later on, Gerardo Ortiz pulled up, his brother pulled up, Omar Ruiz pulled up, Lenin Ramirez pulled up. Like, bro, we had the whole friggin', and this before they were even like known. I think at the time Lenny didn't even sing a song. He was just doing the Tololoche. the one that was singing his first song that was barely hitting was Omar Ruiz, which was El Americano. And it was like all these great memories, man. That is like it takes you back. Crazy. Like, oh shit, that's crazy. And to know that Jaime was the dad of Cristian Nodal, Cristian Nodal right now is like a big mega star.
Yep.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Shout out to Cristian Nodal, who's always great. Jaime as well.
It's crazy behind the scenes how not everyone knows everyone
who they
can get like that.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. I remember Jaime, his father used to hit me up back in the days, be like, "Hey, Abner, can you post my son on Facebook?" Talking about when Cristian Nodal was barely singing at home with the microphone. He's like, yeah, I'll post him. I'll repost him. I'll tell the homies to repost him. Look at him now. He's big. And he got big, but when he sees me, honestly, it's always respect, man. It's cool, man. He's very humble, real humble, man.
That's what's up.
Talk to me about training with the legendary Robert Garcia. I just love giving that fool his flowers.
Yeah, man.
That's a right there, big dog.
Oh, man. You know what? He's one of the most humblest trainers out there, and knowing what he is, he's the GOAT. He's a G. Like all the credentials you could think about, all the world championships he's made, and he's so humble. How was it? It was a great experience. I knew it was going to be great when I first started training with him, because I knew what type of coach he was and what I was going to learn from him. But it's a difference between being a coach and being a teacher, and he's both. He's a great coach and he's a great teacher. Yeah. And I learned so much from Robert Garcia to this day. We share a lot of conversations about boxing. I hit him up sometimes about his fighters. Who's fighting today? I mean, this weekend, coach. Oh, I got this guy. And then when he tells me what the game plan is, and then I'll share my 2 cents. I'll be like, what about coach? You got to do this. Maybe he's like, hey, you know what, Abner? You're right. Yeah. You're right. What fight was it? And he gave me my flowers too. It was the last fight. Who? He just made a world champion not long ago. Oh, well, the Rayo fight, when Rayo fought Pitbull, I hit up Coach, and I told him, Coach, make sure he stays disciplined with the boxing. And he's like, yeah, Abner. I told him, like, no, he could beat this guy, isn't it? And then I think after the fight, he did an interview and he goes, and he gave me my flowers. He said, like, man, I remember Abner even called me and he said, hey, coach, we should do this. Like, you know, not that I'm saying I told him how to do it, but he gave me my flowers at the fact that he kind of like, I remembered him and it was cool. We shared a moment. So working with Robert Garcia to this day, by the way, I'm seeing him this Saturday.
We're all going to be there Saturday.
Yeah, shout out to Robert Garcia. He's going to open up his new gym in the city. What city is it?
Moreno Valley at the mall.
Yeah.
At the mall. So we'll be there this weekend. Shout out to Robert Garcia. So I'm a big fan, and you know, he's a great friend, and all respects to Robert Garcia. He's gonna go down as one of the best coaches out there.
In your prime, do you think you could have beat him in
Robert
boxing?
Garcia? It would have been a good fight because he was a warrior, man. He was a warrior. I don't know.
You like that, champ?
I don't know.
I call him coach. I call him champ. I know him as being the boxer.
It would have been a great fight. So people forget that he was a great boxer, Robert Garcia. He was a great boxer.
A champ.
He was a champ, man. He was a great fighter. So, and not too many fighters can go and be a great coach. You get me? Not many. I don't know. I mean, if you think of
very rare.
Right now, I'm just talking about Robert Garcia. But is there any other coaches out there that are
not to my knowledge
that are actual champions?
No, actually, like great coaches. Yeah,
there's coaches that box.
Right. But never world champions. Yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
Maybe me. No, I don't have the patience. I don't have the patience. I don't have the patience to be a good coach.
Have you, in your adult life, had a street fight?
Yeah.
Really?
I just had one not long ago.
They know you're you. They know you're you.
I just had one not long ago.
But do they know you're you?
No, thank God this last one they did. And I'm not going to say where, when, how long ago, but yeah, I got into it, bro. And I was provoked. I'm not going to lie. I got provoked.
Were you faded?
No. Okay, this is the difference. I was feeling good, but I wasn't faded. I wasn't like stumbling, slurring my words, and no. So this guy just out of nowhere, bro, like just started looking for trouble. And like, what the f you guys saying about us? Like, bro, who are you?
Like, what are you talking about?
Literally did this. Like, you don't want this. Relax, you know. Nah.
You don't want.
He got braved, I guess, because he saw his friends. Took off his jacket. Took off on me.
That's crazy.
What am I gonna do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What am I gonna do? Honestly,
did you freaking?
Honestly, it was the reaction. It was
you slipped and hit him with a right, or
boxing reaction.
Yeah.
I know it.
Yeah.
A slip and a right.
I was like, I swear to God, I still remember. I looked at him and I said, I told you, Muv. You know?
Yeah.
I'm like, I told you. And that's it. I was like, that was it. I left. Thank God no one saw.
Yeah.
No one took pictures. No, there was no video. Like,
it was just a quick
it would just happen in the moment, you know? But again, so answering your question, have I ever fought in the street fight yet recently? But I'm saying, like, yeah, I used to. Like, back in the days when I was young, every day, school.
Oh, no, yeah.
Everybody knew me, you know, as a fighter, the boxer.
Everyone's testing it.
Believe it or not, I used to defend Speedy, my brother. I used to defend my brother. I used to fight for him. I used to defend my older brother.
I can't imagine you defending Speedy.
Yeah, like, that was always me. Like, hey, we'll talk bad about you. Like, boom, so and so. I'm like, I'll go out there and fight them. Yeah, but obviously, they got to a point now where it's me hitting up my brother. Like, what's up, hey, carnal? You know? this happened. Yeah, but yeah, I used to like fighting.
What advice would you give anybody that's going to get in a street fight? What advice would you give to them to win that street fight?
That's a good question, and I got a great answer for that. So a great answer to a good street fight and a good performance in a street fight is, I know it's easier said than done, but being alert. Being alert and being first.
Being first is critical.
Yeah. Being alert and being first. Always look at the guy's. Don't look at his hands, his arms, and you'll know right away what his move is gonna be. So if you know or you sense that he's gonna lay hands on you, let off right away. But again, I know we live in the world that, you know, self-defense. So you might want him to hit you first and then defend yourself.
You might get slapped.
Then again, all right, cool. Look at the arms and know exactly what punches are gonna throw. And major straight punches. Straight punches get there before overhand rights or curve punches.
Fact.
If you go like this, a straight punch is always going to hit you first. So straight right hand, straight punches, that's it. And being alert. That's
Good advice from the champ.
Oh, yeah, and another one. It keeps going. Never hit here. On top of the skull, never hit
breaking
here.
your shit.
Yeah, or you'll break your hand. Always look for the chin, always look for the nose or the temple. That's it. But never on top of the head. People do that. My dad was a street fighter. My dad was a legendary street fighter in Mexico. And he would tell us stories, and he will always tell us how to fight. One time I remember I got into a street fight, and I got home, and I lost. He got so mad. Remember, he got so mad that I lost. Ven para acá, and he started teaching me how to fight, and if they get on top of you, do this and that. And so moving forward, my dad was a street fighter. Like he was the type of guys, he would tell the stories that he will call out the guy and be like, and I've done this before too. I don't like attention, and he didn't like attention. He'll go up to a guy, he's like, hey, come here. Let's go into that little room right there. Let's lock ourselves in and let's get down. So my dad would say, boom, se metían al cuarto, fight, knock him out, whatever, get out.
Yeah.
No scene, no one saw, knock you out, whatever. And honestly, I did that one time. I didn't fight, but I felt respected by one person. He was talking a lot. And it was at someone's house. And I didn't want to make a scene at the house. You know, I got respect.
Yeah.
I grabbed homeboy and I said, hey, my boy, can I talk to you real quick? Yeah. I put him in the restroom. I swear to God, I locked it.
Yeah.
And then I talked I told him exactly how it felt. No, it's not like that. Might as blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm just letting you know, we can fight right here. I don't want a scene. I don't want nothing. Like, we can fight right here. No, it's not even like that. He checked my hand like, oh, you get me? So my dad, like, yeah, he would always teach us how to fight. So it runs in the blood, brother. It runs in the blood. I actually started fighting because of my dad. My dad forced me into the sport, I always said. He did, literally forced me. I don't want to be a boxer. My dad forced me. He said, you're going to be a champ. You're going to be a boxer.
He wasn't wrong.
No. Thank God, yeah. Thank God my dad got me into. He's the reason why I left Hawaiian Gardens. I started getting into gangs. Was going to get initiated to the gang. The city's so small that my dad heard. It flew me the next day to Mexico. And it never happened, so.
Okay. You just left Speedy there.
I just left all 10 of my siblings back. That's funny.
That's fine. Yeah. Well, shit. You're the man, fool.
Nah, man, but it's great stories, man, and there's so many. But I've been fortunate to be to have done and accomplished so much with so little, and coming from where I came from and having the little help that I did have, and, you know, growing to what I've become now. And it's a reflection. A little while ago, you know, when I walked in here, I overheard a guest that you guys had, and he was talking about faith, and he was talking about a purpose, and he was talking about all that. And it's like, it hits you because it's all true, bro. You don't know that there's always a purpose in life, and that we are all born with the talent. It's just looking. Don't wait for people to find your talent. You got to find it yourself, push yourself. You know, things like that you start hearing, and it's like, and once you start living them, it's like, man, it was true. It is true. Everything that our parents used to tell us as adults and us as kids, we wouldn't listen. And now that I'm older, I'm like, man, I should have listened. You know, I should have been that. And now I'm that person trying to tell the younger generation, you know, bro, walk this path, do this, do that, because time flies. Time flies, man. There's so much that I wish that I could have done back when I was still fighting. And that I kind of take back, but, you know, it's learning experiences. So yeah, man, it's a beautiful world, beautiful place we live in, and, you know, it's just take it day by day and just live it, brother.
Fight predictions for Times Square,
starting with
wherever you want. Haney Ramirez.
I'm gonna start with my boy Barbosa against Teofimo Lopez. I edge Barbosa in that fight. I think my boy mentally, physically, he's ready. He's meant for this, and he knows it. It's his time. I think it's his time. So Arnold Barbosa to win, to beat Teofimo Lopez.
It just seems all the signs are pointing like everything.
So dramatic. If that happens, it'd be so
bro.
Great. Are you going?
You know what? I am.
I'm gonna be there as well.
As a fan, I have to. I don't know the order of the fights, but okay, I'm just saying names. Okay, so now Ryan Garcia against Rolly Romero. This one, it really depends on what Ryan Garcia we get back. Is it still, you know, hurt mentally? Ryan Garcia still having problems outside, not 100% focused. I will edge Rolly Romero, but stylistically and talented wise, Ryan Garcia, hands down. Ryan Garcia should get him out, should knock him out. So Ryan Garcia. Jose Ramirez versus, who's he fighting? He's fighting Devin Haney. That was a tricky one as well. But based on what I saw from Ramirez in his last fight against Barbosa, it kind of led me to think and believe that he hit a wall already. He's like, he did what he had to do. We all hit that stage in our careers, our lives, our age that we age overnight.
Yeah.
And I think Ramirez, like, you know, he had so much great fights, great champion, but he hit a point already where he's like, that's it, you know? And against a great mover like David Haney, great boxer, who is a boring fighter, yes, but he won't give you a chance to hit you. Maybe Ryan Garcia, you know, he just the way he fought him. But a fighter like Ramirez is going to be hard to catch David Haney. So on this one, I'm sorry, my Latinos, Mexicanos, I know everybody's going to talk to like, stay with the raza. It's not staying with the raza. I'm just stating, you know, what I see and believe. And obviously, if I had to choose someone, I would go for Ramirez because that's Raza and that's a homie.
Yeah.
But stylistically and how I see it, I think Devin Haney will box him and beat him.
You don't think the one moving up to 147 is going to help Ramirez out?
That's another thing. I think it'll make him even slower.
You think it's going to make him slower?
Because yes, it is. He was at that weight class. He was slow. You know, he's dragging his feet. Like, you know, he's pressure fighter. Jab his way in. He was falling in too short against Barbosa, and Barbosa, you know, capitalizing on that, and I think Haney has better legs than Barbosa, I think. So stylistically, I just feel like David Haney is a better boxer and should beat decision Ramirez.
I predict Jose sitting down on one of his punches and sleeping Devin Haney.
Okay.
Just because, you know, we're RGBA enthusiasts here, brother. Okay. Fuck that. Well,
I am too, but I'm just saying.
I think the big question, though, is how does Haney react if he does get caught by Ramirez?
Right.
So if
flashbacks from the Ryan Garcia fight, you think? Is that what
So if Ramirez is able to catch him.
But is Ramirez a big puncher?
Yeah, that fool's strong as hell.
He's strong, but he's not a one punch, I'll knock you out.
No.
He's a break you down type of fighter.
Yeah.
You get me? It's a difference.
But type of power. Yeah, if he gets caught clean, though, how does he react?
Yeah.
Because
a lot of things,
because Devin Haney. So there's a question too. So everybody says Devin Haney has a suspect chin because he's been hurt previously. He's been hurt previously.
Well, I'm not saying has knocked him down. Didn't he? Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not saying it. I'm repeating it.
Yeah.
But then I heard this who said, I forget who, I don't know if it was Mora or somebody else. They had brought up that the Haney has a good chin because he's never been knocked out. He's been knocked down and he's gotten back up.
Right.
So how do you look at that? Is his chin suspect because he gets hurt,
that makes no sense. If you get knocked down, you have no chin.
Yeah, that's all.
You have no chin. Yeah. I mean, there's times where you are gonna get knocked down once in a while, not so often, and you know, His chin was tested against Ryan Garcia, but we all know that Ryan Garcia has stupid power. He's got like one KO power, and we've seen it throughout his whole career.
Yes.
So David Haney going down with the punch from Ryan Garcia doesn't tell you that he doesn't have a chin either. It means just that he got caught, and you know he's bigger puncher.
He got caught by a big ass
puncher.
Yeah.
So with Ramirez, going back to that, I just feel like Ramirez does not have a like that. He does not possess like I'm gonna hurt you type of power.
Yeah,
he'll break you down type of power, but
he got heavy punches, but it's more of like slowly breaking you down.
A combination of punches. Like he's got to break you down. Yeah. So I mean, I see your point, and I see it perhaps going that way as well. If David Haney gets hit, how would he react? Would he get flashbacks from the last defeat from Ryan Garcia? Let's not forget, one thing's getting knocked out, another thing's getting punished, and I think he got punished, he got embarrassed, and all of the above, you know, against Ryan Garcia.
That was rough.
Yeah, it was rough. So it's hard to come back from that. So that's another great point on for you and on your end, and for people to consider. But again, I'm just going based on styles. I think that David Haney's style is the perfect style to beat Ramirez.
His style is similar to a Barbosa, right?
Yes.
So if
and more of a natural style. Barbosa studied for that fight and fought that way because he can.
Yeah.
And Devin Haney, that's his natural style.
That's how he is.
That's how he is. That's how he moves.
Yeah.
So big difference.
If you had one walkout song for your entire life, what would that be? Like,
that's fire.
One walkout song for my entire life.
That's a new question.
Yeah.
Shit. Well, I'm gonna say two. I'm gonna say the first one, obviously, El Toro Encartado, the one I walked out to by Ariel Camacho, because that was down in history, classic. Everybody loves Ariel Camacho. The whole reason all these corrido tumbados artists started was because Ariel Camacho, Natanael, and they've said it in podcasts.
Yeah, it's normal.
No, that's normal. Ariel Camacho was the guy. So Toro Encartado or that one song, man, it just hits different. So Mexicano sos mi bandera. That song is just like so lit, bro. Like walking out to that song is so hard. So maybe those two.
For sure.
Yeah.
Top 5 dead or alive?
What artists? What
boxer?
Oh, boxers. Top 5. Okay. I'm not by order, just by name.
Generally, yeah.
Generally, Julio Cesar Chavez, obviously top 1.
Senior.
I don't think you have to make that known. Everybody.
That was gonna take off on me when he sees me.
Yeah. Y es corajudo el señor. Yeah. Are you talking about Junior?
Yeah.
Salvador Sanchez.
It's fire.
Sugar Ray Leonard as 3. Number 4. Roberto Duran. And number 5, probably get people might hate me for this and probably say something dumb about it, but I think Canelo's already on that list.
I respect it. 100%.
Canelo, I think Canelo's on that list even for his young age and still being active. Like Canelo Alvarez is one of the best things going to go down in history, and people are going to be like, that's the all-time GOATs, So respect to Canelo Alvarez, what he's been doing for the sports, for the sport of boxing, for our country. He's put our name and our country on the map. A great gentleman, a professional in the sport, because you got to keep in mind, making stupid money like he's making and to still be 100% concentrated and taking boxing serious, it takes a really, really passionate, discipline type of fighter, and you got to give him respect. So, and what he's done in his career. So shout out to Canelo Alvarez, and Canelo Alvarez as well.
I'm so glad that he pulled the switcheroo at the last second and signed that extra fight with Turkey instead of going with the Jake Paul fight.
Yeah. I don't think that fight was never gonna happen, bro. I think
it's gonna happen.
Do you think it's going to happen?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
It can. Again, we live in the world right now where it's just entertainment, bro. What people want to see, you give it to them. And Jake Paul right now,
it's a fat payday.
He made a big name in the industry where he can, bro. He brought Tyson, who, if you go back years from now and tell someone, just say 10 years ago, go back in time 10 years, you know that Jake Paul was probably doing Disney Channel, right? At the time.
Fact.
You should think that guy from Disney Channel is going to fight. No, not you think. You know that guy from Disney Channel is going to fight Mike Tyson, the legend.
Impossible.
Yeah,
so it happened.
They're going to put you in a mental institution in straitjacket. Like,
straitjacket.
What is this guy talking about? Get him out of here.
This guy's not saying. Man. So I mean, anything is possible right now, and it could happen. It could happen.
Yeah, it could, but
and even Canelo said that. Right now, it does not interest in him because he's not interested in it because he's still to make great fights against boxers, actual fighters, boxers. But later down the line,
when he's retired, you go do an exhibition fight.
For my boy that he said it, I think it happens.
Canelo likes around. He would take that as a huge joke and for sure sleep that.
Yeah, but I think he takes that more serious after this 4 5 deal. If he's done, then
If they make that Crawford fight and after he defeats Bud Crawford, who knows?
Yeah.
Well, after Bud Crawford, you got.
Oh, he still got 2 fights.
Yeah, you got a Bivol rematch.
I don't want to see.
And then you got a Benavidez, and then Benavidez to end it.
Who won that last fight? I know who won, but who do you thought won?
I had Bivol winning.
You thought Bivol won?
I had Bivol winning.
I think Bivol won. I watched that fight live.
How about the first one? Same thing, Bivol?
No, I go with Better Reeve because of his last 2 rounds. It was so close, and then Better Reeve he won. He clearly won 11 and 12. So I feel like the 11 and 12 rounds would put him over.
Yeah, I think the first one Bivol won.
Yeah.
To be honest, I thought the first one Bivol won, and this last one I might have edged, and I'll give it to Better BF.
Yeah.
But either or, it's like one of those, like, the Barrera Morales type, when they fought, it's like, no, I thought the other guy won. But
either way, you had it 1-1.
1-1. So, and I hope they bring it back, man. I hope they fight again. I feel
bad for Benavidez.
Yeah.
But I feel like the trilogy should happen before the Benavidez fight.
Seriously, honestly.
And I feel bad for him because he's been trying to get the Canelo fight. Now he was supposed to get I just feel, when you have 2 big names like that,
you can't feel bad for a fighter like Benavidez, and I don't either, because Benavidez will get those fights sooner or later. He will get those fights sooner or later. And I like the fact that Benavidez, and I know a lot of people are putting like, hey, pull his pants down already, and this, because I talk highly on him, because I respect what he does. You know, how the fights that he's taking without wanting to sit down or sit down money and be like, I'll just wait for the Canelo. I'll just wait. Like, no, he's fighting these tough fights after tough fights.
That Morale fight.
The Morale fight was not easy.
No, and
and he almost lost that fight, bro. He got hurt.
Yeah,
dangerous.
That was a dangerous
that's a fight that somebody doesn't take, because when you look at the records, Morale, he's still he's not a prospect, but he's still in
his prime. He's still young, bro.
So you don't take that because you only got 11 wins. You only got 10 wins, 11. I'm already here for the belt.
Right.
So by taking that fight, it's like it's a gamble.
It's what we call a high risk, low reward type of fight would have been. But I think it was one of those like where it was a high risk, and I think he got the respect and people really respected, and I forgot the word, but it was one of those fights where he really showed the world and the fans that, listen, I'm not just a bully, because they used to just call him a bully because he'll fight at what weight was he fighting?
168.
168, exactly. So I mean, shout out to David Benavidez. Great fight, great win, and I hope he fights.
Because everybody always called him the weight bully, right?
Yeah.
But you fight somebody that's young in their prime, fast. Their footwork is crazy.
Yeah.
And then you finding someone that's your height.
Yeah.
Same wingspan, almost the same wingspan. Like, so you're fighting someone that's similar.
Yeah.
So looking into that fight, I was like, man, it's gonna be it's gonna be a really close fight.
It was a close fight. It was a good fight. He almost got knocked down. He got hurt, and he overcame that. Listen, my boys has come over adversity, inside and outside.
Yeah.
In his life, let's not forget when he got stripped from his title. And I'm going to bring it up, because it happened. My boy got caught, doing coke.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's true. And to overcome that, and he got eaten by the people, the press, everyone was shitting on him. You know what I'm saying? To overcome that mentally,
and then work your way
back up, and to get to where you are and not getting the opportunity. It's not easy to just be mentally strong and just like F that, you guys are not giving me the chance. I'm still gonna fight the best, and I'm still gonna. And so when I hear him talking shit and how he presents himself and how he says it, it's like, hell yeah, my boy, he's about it, and he knows that he is. So
as somebody just watching from the far, if he doesn't get the Bivol fight and they do the rematch, I would like to see him go up and fight Zudo.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So the fight. Yeah.
And go get that belt.
Yeah.
And then when you get that, when that fight, the trilogy's done, whoever has the belt, you come back down and you fight for it.
Can I tell you something? When people ask me about the Benavidez and Canelo, who would win in that fight?
Yeah.
Even though I'm talking highly on Benavidez and I believe in him.
Yeah.
And I think he is one of the few, if not the only one, that could give Canelo problems right now, other than Bivol, and perhaps beat him. I think Canelo beats him. Right now, if they were to fight.
Right now, I feel like
I think Canelo will beat him, bro. Yeah. I think we saw in this last fight where he got hurt against Morale. He's got to correct certain things.
Yeah.
Like walking in straight. Bro, you can't do that against a Canelo.
No.
You got to work on your defense. Yeah, you're strong. You might get your punches in and you might break them down, but you can't give a second. You can't blink. You can't give Canelo a moment to.
Because we know Canelo has one of the best chins in the game. Mm-hmm. So just by you thinking you have the power and you're fast, that's not going to win a Canelo fight. Mm-hmm. There's way more that goes into it.
Canelo's tricky, man. He's a tricky fighter. He's slick, man. Yeah, great counter puncher. So, yeah, man, if that fight were to happen. So I actually believe and think that it kind of benefits Benavidez not getting the fight right now because Canelo's just gonna age. You know, Canelo over time is just gonna fade. I mean, it happens. You know, it's part of life.
Yes.
You know, fight after tough fight, and then he's gonna come a point where when Benavidez fights Canelo's not gonna be the same. You get me? So I think right now it kind of favors him, but Canelo's such a smart fighter that he knows what kind of fights to get and when to fight them, and it's gonna come that time, and then they are gonna fight. So
yeah, I think they're gonna fight.
We still alive for that fight.
Yeah, right? I'm hoping he has a 4-fight deal. He fights Skull, he gets undisputed back.
Right.
Crawford, and then maybe the Bivol rematch, and then he ends the 4-fight with the Benavidez, and then that's.
I wonder what the deal was, because he got a 4-fight deal, huh?
Yeah, they haven't came out with like
names, huh? Yeah. They haven't sent like a list type of names. Yeah,
that's just me hoping.
Yeah,
and Skull's a mandatory, right?
Yeah,
that's why he's fighting him.
He's fighting because he has his back. He has the IBF, so he wants to be undisputed.
Yeah.
So the thing is, you come undisputed again. So when you fight Crawford, it's a bigger fight now. Crawford's fighting for undisputed.
Let's talk about that fight. Let's talk about Canelo against Crawford. What do you think? Because I got shitted on, and people were talking shit about what I said, but I want to hear you.
What'd you say?
I said that, and this is the difference. I think this fight is what are the words that I used were Canelo's.
Not Errol Spence.
Listen, no.
That was nasty.
No. So it's
true.
It's a fight that will go down in history for Canelo. It does. What I'm saying, it does better for Crawford than it does for Canelo.
For sure.
Yeah.
So it's not a legendary type of fight.
Canelo.
For Canelo.
For Crawford it is.
And people are like, what are you talking about? Crawford is the biggest. Like, yes, in his weight class.
Yeah.
And yes, big name, but it does nothing for Canelo.
I'm a Crawford fan, but when I hear people call him like the pound for pound, what? Like from where?
No.
When did this happen?
Yeah.
I know he's a big star. He's a big name, and he's a guy right now, Crawford. And if he fights Canelo good, and it'll be a good fight because he's talented and he's crafty and he's a great boxer. But can he beat a Canelo?
No. He gets hit.
Bro,
he gets hit a lot.
Saw his last fight.
For somebody
he didn't look that good.
Yeah, for somebody that's known for like defense, like that, or has good foot movement, like, and he moves around the ring a lot, he gets hit a lot.
Yeah.
For somebody that's known for moving their feet and he's able to move around, like he gets hit a lot.
He does get hit a lot, man.
And then when you get hit by Canelo, it's not the same.
Man.
So
he has 99 power, for sure.
Yes. And that's not just
Crawford is not. I'm sorry, but Crawford is not a fighter that throws a lot. He's not a volume fighter. He's a technician. You know, he's a counter puncher. And you can't be all that with Canelo. Canelo, you got to keep him busy with punches.
Yes.
And if you don't, Canelo's studying you.
Canelo's defense
your movement.
Yes.
It makes you miss. He's gonna make you pay.
Yeah, you watch the Bivol fight.
Yeah.
The Bivol's throwing that jab. How many jabs did he throw that fight? And that's because you want to keep. You don't want to let Canelo set. Well, once he's set, once he knows the game
is just too big.
The one fighter that beat Canelo was Bivol.
Yeah.
Why? Because kept him that distance. Jab, 1-2, 1-2. Even though he wasn't like hitting him hard, just keeping him busy with that.
Yeah.
And when you keep a Canelo busy, a guy that's constantly moving and trying to read you, you can't. And he wasn't being able to read you.
Yeah.
But when you have a Crawford who is slow in his way, technician, will give you moments to think.
Yeah.
It's not going to work in your favor. So Canelo will knock him out, I think. Is it a good fight? Good fight for boxing? Yeah, because of the names. But would it go down in history as one of the biggest ones and, it helps Canelo? No. And I think Canelo said it as well. It's like, all right, it's just one of those fights where it's like, all right, it's a good name.
Yeah. And that's where he got in his career too. He wants to make bigger fights with the name so everybody's making money.
And when people are and Canelo's one of those, like, all right, I'm helping you make money. Like I'm like, honestly, Canelo is like helping him get this big paycheck by fighting. Canelo's the cow cash. Cash cow. But what I'm saying is, like, there's weight classes for a reason.
Yes.
And let's not forget, Crawford started at 135, my boy, 135 pounds. Yeah. And now he's going to fight a beast. What are they going to fight at? 168?
168. Yeah.
That's a large leap.
And then, of course, like, they're similar in height. They're similar in stuff like that. And I think Crawford's actually older than Canelo. But,
it's like this. Put it like this.
But you have to gradually move up. Like,
exactly.
He went from from 147 to 154. And now he only got one fight
there,
and
he didn't look that good.
No, and now he
wants to 168.
That's
Come
crazy.
on now.
Yeah.
It's like anyway, the Japanese monster, bro.
Yeah.
He's beast. He's beast, bro. I love that fighter. I love that guy, man. He fights so good, powerful. But just because he has a name and he's a powerful fighter and he's in the pound for pound list, I'm not gonna be like, hey, I want to see him against Crawford.
Yeah, no.
You get me?
Yeah.
So you kind of understand what I'm trying to say with the weight classes.
No, for
yeah, they're big names and it'll be an entertaining fight, but there's weight classes for a reason. And I think Crawford moving up all the way to 168 and wanting to fight
like in one jump.
Alvarez, bro, what do you expect?
Yeah.
All right, let's give it to the fans, entertain yourselves. But
He said,
it's just a big jump.
Yeah,
like because he posted a picture of him weighing like 180 something right now. Yeah, walking around at 180 and fighting a fight at 168 is two completely different things. Yes. Yeah, I'm like 205 right now.
But that doesn't mean that that's your weight class.
Yeah, that's not my weight class. And I go to Big Bear and I push the stroller in Big Bear. I'm dying already. Like it's just like carrying and then doing activity at that weight is. It's different. Yeah.
That was his box. Hey, I like that.
Yeah, well,
thank you for having me on, guys. Thank you for giving me the space. This has been great, my boy.
Highly appreciate you,
man. I'll see you guys March 15th.
March 15th.
We're Thunder Studios in Long Beach.
Yep, we're giving away tickets.
We are.
Yeah, we're giving away tickets. That's all I got for you.
We're giving away tickets.
Check the Instagram for how to win. I'll be sure to post it today.
Sure.
Anything you want to leave the people with before you go, champ?
Nah, man, just support my page, Abner Midas, support Gallo, Mi Gallo Pod, Mi Gallo Podcast with Gabriel Sala and myself, and just keep supporting, man.
For sure.
So.
Anything you want to leave the people with, sir?
We're going to get Gabe in here.
We need Gabe.
Yeah. We need Gabe.
Yeah.
Hey, my boy, you hungry? I forgot about you.
I am sorry.
We didn't tell him. My boy's fasting.
Yeah,
Who's ending his 3-day fast?
I'm about to go to eat some arroz con gandules.
There you go. It's almost time too.
Yeah. I wish I was eating that shit right now.
Make sure you guys follow Abner. His Instagram was in the beginning of this episode. Make sure you guys subscribe to his new podcast, Mi Gallo with Gabriel Salas.
Wait to get home.
This fool's gonna take a honey pack. That's gonna be so crazy. My apologies to your wife. With all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching The Casual Experts. You know what it is, LA Eyekon, Mike 3, Abner Midas. We're out.